Hi, it's Chris and welcome back to another video. Now, I said in a previous video that I've not really been adding to my record collection very much at all recently. I haven't bought any albums for ages or any 45s. What I am doing though is I'm revisiting my collection and playing some records that I haven't played for years. In fact, in some cases, playing records I forgot I had. So what I've got here is another dozen albums that have been in my collection for a number of years now that I haven't played for ages, or I forgot that I actually had them. So here's 12. So the first one is this one. This is Cabretta by Mink, DeVille from 1977. It's on EMI Records. Now, Spanish Stroll is a song that I play quite a lot, but the rest of the album, I haven't played it for ages. But it's a tremendous album, an absolute definition of cool, possibly quite an influential album. I wonder whether people like John Cougar Mellencamp might have listened to this. Really smooth vocals, really good groove. He's kind of Springsteen's street romanticism, if you like, but just a lot cooler. So really pleased to revisit that. Next up is this. This is Penthouse and Pavement. This is the debut from Heaven 17 from 1981 on Virgin Records. And I'm not sure this has aged that well. It's well recorded, very distinctive vocals, some great bass. It's cooler than Dare, but I just don't think it's as good. It's all right, but beyond the singles, not really sure. Next up is Joe Walsh. Now, I'm quite a sucker for Joe Walsh. I've got quite a few of his albums. I've got about 5 or 6 of them, plus some James Gang stuff as well. And this is okay. This is from 1981. It's on Asylum Records, the same as the Eagles. Obviously, he was still a member of the band, I think, when he recorded this. Decent guitarist, Joe Walsh, although the guitar on here is quite subdued. But A Life of Illusion, Rivers of the Hidden Funk, Things, decent songs. Good, not essential. Next up is Manfred Mann's Earth Band, and this is Solar Fire. I don't know when this came out, 75 possibly, 74, something like that. It's not my favourite Manfred Mann album, that's probably Nightingales and Bombers, but this is decent. It's a decent album. I said I haven't played this for years. Sadly, it doesn't have Joybringer on it, which was a single in the UK at the time, and I think would have enhanced this album quite a bit. And just like Joybringer, the rest of this album is like a quite a nice mix of rock and pop and prog. Bits of it are overly long, if I'm honest, and sometimes a little bit too clever, but it's got some lovely guitar and keyboards kind of interplay. There's piano, there's organ, there's moog. It's a decent album, sophisticated sounding album. There's one song, it opens the album, Father of Day, Father of Night, which is a Bob Dylan cover. I think the Bob Dylan song is really short, but on here it's 9 minutes. So yeah, decent album. Quite enjoyed listening to that again. Now, when I went back to my collection, it works out I've got about 9 or 10 albums by Lou Reed. I don't really know how that's happened, but anyway, I haven't played this one for donkey's years. I really haven't. This is Coney Island Baby. It's more of a conventional rock album, than maybe other albums. Maybe he needed the money, I don't know. It's a great sounding album, possibly one of his best. There's a song on here, She's My Best Friend. I think that's a Velvet Underground cover, I think anyway. And the song that closes side 1 is called Kicks, which is kind of a little bit of an epic about sexual violence and debauchery. It's a pretty decent song. Side 1 is much better than side 2. But I think there's more to Lou Reed than just Transformer and Berlin. So, this is, if you're, not really sure where to start with Lou Reed, this is quite accessible, so it may well be a good starting point. Next up is an album that, the reason I don't play this very often is because it's just such a pain in the arse to get out and put away. It's a triple album, Lotus by Santana. This was recorded in 1973 in Japan. And this is the Santana version of Santana that recorded Welcome. So it's quite jazzy, it's quite spiritual, it's obviously Latin, it's quite fusiony, it's a proper guitar fest. It's a great mix, it's really atmospheric, it's very well mixed indeed. There's a couple of tracks on here that are absolute standouts, and I think some definitive versions. So Incident at Neshabar is amazing. Every Step of the Way, which I think is on Caravanserai, absolutely amazing. It's like instrumental prowess par excellence. So yeah, decent album. I'd get the whole thing out, but one, the screen isn't big enough, and it would take me about half an hour to put it away. Next up, still a guitar album, but very different. So not fusion, but blues this time. This is A Hard Road by John Mayall. Haven't played this for ages. I think it's the third album by them, or is it the second? Can't remember. It's certainly the first album to feature Peter Green and Ainsley Dunbar, and I think it's better than the Beano album with Eric Clapton. I love Peter Green. I think he's got such touch and feel. It's brilliant. There's 8 John Mayall songs and a couple of covers as well. So they do a version of The Stumble, Freddie King song, which is really good, and Dust My Blues rather than Dust My Broom by Elmore James, which is good too. So great guitar from Peter Green, and the track The Supernatural is extraordinary. Carlos Santana must have heard that and thought, that's where I need to go. It's absolutely great. It's Over's good, it's short but it's good. A Hard Road is good as well. So really pleased to go back to that one. Next up is the second album from Patti Smith. I haven't played this again for ages. I think this is her second album. It's quite radio orientated, it's quite commercial. Again, did she need the money? I'm not sure, but it's produced by Jack Douglas, who worked with Aerosmith amongst other people. On side 1, or face A, Ask the Angels, Ain't It Strange, really good tracks, quite CBGB's like. Imagine that this really fitted in with that sound. Title track is good as well, one of her best, really powerful song. It's a decent listen. I was quite pleased to return to that. So yeah, not bad. That's Patti Smith and Radio Ethiopia. Next up is the debut from Dexys, Searching for the Young Soul Rebels. I love this album. Haven't played this for ages. Brilliant. You know, big hooks, quite northern soul influence pop. There's a great horn section which is quite Staxy really. The lyrics are original. There's a flamboyant kind of style to it, a real energy. It's quite a distinctive album, very distinctive vocals. And there are so many songs that just won't leave your head on here. There, My Dear, obviously Gino, Tell Me When My Light Turns Green, and my favourite on there, which is Burn It Down, the opener with the radio tuning in. At the start, it goes through the specials and Deep Purples. It tunes in and then starts on Burn It Down, which is great. What a contribution to British music. Love it. Next up is a band that I love this band. I think I would love to have seen this band live. I've got about 4 or 5 albums by them, and I think they're tremendous. You know, this is Ready by the Blues Band. So Find Yourself Another Fool, I'm Ready, Green Stuff, The Cat. Listen to this, try not to tap your foot and smile. It's just, you know, if you can't smile during this, I don't know if you've got a soul. This is just wonderful stuff. So really enjoyed going back to that. I'm going to revisit quite a lot of the Blues Band. Haven't played them for a very long time. Great fun. Next up is, I don't know where this sits in this guy's discography, but this is Steve Gibbons' band and Down in the Bunker from about 78, I think. Often seen as Birmingham's answer to Bob Seger because he was like a touring workhorse, you know. It's rock and roll, it's witty, it's energetic. It's produced by Tony Visconti. It sounds quite American influence. There's songs about race, about class, about urban life, but with a very British angle. So Big JC, Down in the Bunker, all great songs. Yeah, really good album. I've got quite a few albums by him, so about 4 or 5. So I'm going to be quite interested to go back to a few of those. But anyway, there's Steve Gibbons' band. And lastly, the 12th album, I've known I've had this in my collection, I just haven't played it for ages. And this is a band that is incredibly different on this album than they were when they started off. This is Talk Talk and Spirit of Eden, familiar to lots of you, I'm sure. 6 songs, great melodies, massive soundscapes. It's quite intense, it's ever so slightly draining, but there's gorgeous guitar, gorgeous strings. Emotion kind of oozes from the grooves of this album. It's quite an astonishing album, really. Better than I remember. What a transformation for a band that went from Today and Talk Talk on their debut, which is kind of a bit synth poppy, to this. You know, this is quite unique in many ways. From 1988 on Parlophone Records. So really enjoyed getting back into that. So there's my 12 albums that I haven't played for ages. Some of them I'd almost forgotten I had, but really pleased to revisit. And I'm just starting to do this more and more now, where I'm starting to think about what have I got? And I haven't heard that for ages. It's like having new stuff. It's tremendous and it's saving me a fortune. So let me know what you think in the comments below. What have you been listening to recently? What do you think of the things that I have been? I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon with another video. Cheers all. See ya.